What? Ain't it past your bedtime? He froze. Hello.
What's up?
Isn't it past your bedtime?
I can't hear you at all.
Isn't it past your
You think
bedtime?
always have some mic problems. I
I
can't
don't
hear
have no
you.
mic
I was
problems.
hearing you before. I can't hear you now.
What you want me to do? You want to hang up and call back? Hang up and call back.
I don't think it's
Hang up
me.
and call back.
It ain't
Hang
me.
up hang up and call back. Hold on.
Every time I try to come with you,
It's not me. Why does he always act like it's me? It's not. I told y'all it was StreamYard. Hang up and call back, Peter. Call back. I'm gonna put the link in here so he won't be confused. Did I send it to him? Hold on. Oh, we want to hear what Peter got to say. Child. Anybody else can call in. I put the link in. Anybody can call. You said not from the Obama phone, honey. Yes. Uh I could hear him. He just couldn't hear me. And a lot of times when like after I get 2 calls in a row, sometimes the second call you can't hear it. Let's see what's happened. Hello.
yo, what's up, man?
Can you hear me now?
Absolutely.
Okay, wonderful.
Mhm.
Peter, you're supposed to be in bed. Isn't it past your bedtime? Isn't it
I'm,
lights out?
I'm in bed. What are you talking about? I'm in bed.
Oh, okay. Okay. What's going on, Peter? We
No,
missed
no,
you.
no, y'all don't. Y'all,
What
let them
you mean?
keep that nigga locked up.
We missed
keep,
you when you
keep,
called us
keep
from the
that nigga
jail.
locked up.
When you called us from the jail to tell us about the stuff that was going on the podcast, I'm like, look at Peter tuned in to the stuff, child.
Yeah. I was who did I see talking about it? Oh, Michael Rappaport.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I like Michael. Michael always keep it real. But I heard you was telling me you said some crazy shit about Kenya, but that
Yeah, that was a while ago, but still, he said it.
yeah. But can't Mike been around us forever.
Yeah.
I like Mike.
Sometimes I had to uninvite people to the barbecue. But
Yeah.
where you see him talking
Mike gonna bring his wife to it. Him and his wife been together for a long time.
about? Okay, okay.
Yeah. And she blacker than me. You know what I'm
Where
saying?
you see him at? What was he talking about it at? On
Huh?
social
Nah,
media?
he was on Instagram. He's always on Instagram. He's a avid housewife fan. He's been watching
Oh,
the show from season one.
okay.
Okay, and I
Well,
knew
oh,
him back. I knew him back in '92 when he used to come up to Def Jam at my office just to hang
uh-huh,
out before he even blew up. He did a movie called True Romance back in the days. I don't know
uh-huh.
if you ever see it. That show was a classic.
I
You know
remember
what I'm
him from
saying?
Higher Learning with Tyra Banks,
Yeah. True Romance is way what? That's a
and he
classic.
played a skinhead, and that was the movie with what's his name that passed away?
Who?
John.
John Singleton.
Yes,
Oh, that's my
John
homie.
Singleton did that movie. Higher
Yeah.
Learning, and
Yeah.
Michael Rappaport was in it.
Yeah, for sure. Michael been around us all his life. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So
What's going on with you? Though?
did you watch the show?
I don't watch your show. I tell you that all the time. I don't. And
So what I mean, did you have no opinion?
the last time I talked to you, you told me that the ratings was in the toilet anyway. So why am I
They
watching the
still in
toilet
the toilet.
ratings?
They in the 600,000s.
600. Yo, can I tell you something? When
What?
I was on Housewife,
Uh-huh.
we never on a Sunday night do less than 3 million people. Never.
I remember. That
You
was
know what
good
I'm
money.
saying? Never. And I was on that shit for 9 years. We
Mhm.
never dropped below 3 million people.
Mhm. I
So when I
remember.
hear 600,000, that mean ain't nobody checking for the people that they watching,
Mm.
or their storyline must be so
Well,
made up that
they
people
got
see
K
it.
what's her face on there, and I feel like she's
Who
dragging
that?
down K Michelle.
Yeah, we mentioned that. You mentioned that before to me.
It's awful.
I don't know her extremely well, but I met her a couple of times. Like she came into my restaurant down in Miami, and I met her in Atlanta when she had her little restaurant on Edgewood.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, she's always trying to do something, and that's what I like. I like a black woman who's always trying to stand on their own 2 feet.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So every time I see her, she's always have a bag of question on how to do this. You know what I'm saying? And she listen well. So I never see the other side that that I hear people are talking about. I just know from, she's from Memphis, so like she has that in her. You know what I'm saying? And she don't trust to. I'm surprised that she's on Housewife, but
Anyway.
she was trying to do Housewife back then too. To be honest with you,
Enough of her. Did you see
you the one who
NeNe
brought her
on
up talking about enough of her.
Yeah, enough of her. Did you see NeNe on the cover of Vulture?
Oh, that's nice. No, I didn't.
Uh-huh.
I hear you
Andy, all of
mention.
them on there. They said it was 30 years of what was it? Hold on. The masterminds of reality TV, the 30 stars, executives, hosts, podcasters, and franchises shaping the future of television's most tantalizing genre. And of
Mm-hmm.
course, Andy on there,
Mm-hmm.
Riley, Miss New York, because they got the new people on there. They got the class of 2026. Then they got
Okay.
Kathy Hilton and Andy Cohen.
Okay. I mean, Kathy
Mhm.
Hilton.
Right. I mean, she the star of Beverly Hills, I guess.
Kathy
There go
Hilton.
Andy. Huh. Kathy
Kathy
Hilton.
Hilton.
Yeah. Paris
I
Hilton
don't.
mama.
I don't remember her being on the show. I remember her sister being on the show.
Yeah, she's on Beverly Hills.
Oh, okay. All right.
Mhm.
Her sister was the shit for years.
Mhm.
Yeah, but okay. So Nene, that's well deserved. You know what I'm
I
saying? To
think so.
me, Nene's outside of Kim and her sisters, I think Nene's probably one of the biggest impact when it comes to reality TV, without a doubt.
I would agree. I would
You know what I'm
agree.
saying? And when I asked Carlos King, which, like he blew up as a producer, and I remember when he was, a AD on our show, and then he become the showrunner, and then he went to Love and Hip Hop, then came back to us, and then he went to start his own shit in Huntsville. So now that he's doing his podcast and him and NeNe touring, I love the way they grew together. You know what I'm saying? Or they
Mhm.
grew, period. And his podcast, he had NeNe down as the number one housewife of all time, and that was
Yeah,
well
NeNe was
deserved
the person
also.
who talked him into doing interviews.
Yeah, yeah, for
'Cause
sure.
he
She
he
did.
was his first interview, and then she was like, "This what you need to be doing." Then he started interviewing.
He did well.
Mhm. I agree.
hmm He's getting it. He's a Libra. His birthday is the day after mine.
Uh, what do
And
you think
look at
about
me.
Todd?
And look at me now.
Look at you now, Peter. You've been
Yo,
through it
yo,
all. You
yo.
can't say
Listen.
that you didn't come through the fire. You
Yeah,
still here.
yeah, yeah. I'm still going through that motherfucker too, but I'll be all right. I'll be
Keep
all
going.
right.
That's what my pastor said. If you're going through something, keep going. Okay,
Yeah, I'll be
'cause
all
you
right.
got to
I'll be
come
all right.
out eventually.
I'll be out of it in a minute. You know what I'm
Mhm,
saying?
mhm. I'm
That
right
I
there
know.
with you. I'm going
I
through
know
a
why
little bit.
this. I know why they sat me down. If you go on the block where I was, then you can see why they sat me down. You know what I'm
What you mean
saying?
in Miami?
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Well,
saying? That they need to remove us. We were too black for them. You know what I'm saying?
I miss it. That
Yeah,
was
it
a
was.
nice.
Oh yeah, but I mean, too nice for us, according to them. You know what I'm
Somebody
saying?
said, "Would you do a show with Todd?"
I love Todd. That's my homie. I mean,
You saw said today that he's coming out with a streaming network and some other stuff.
I know we talk a couple of times in the last couple of weeks. And what he pitched to me, I signed on for.
Really?
Yeah, I did.
Really? You signed
Yeah,
some paperwork?
I signed on for. I'm with Todd.
What?
Yeah,
Okay, okay. Who else signed up?
I don't know, but I know I signed on. Didn't make no
Okay.
sense without me.
I guess you're right. Mhm. Mm.
And it didn't
Okay.
make no sense
I'm here
without
for it.
Peter Thomas, baby. So
I'm I'm
I'm
here for it.
rocking it. Yeah. He knows
Ooh,
I'll
that's
bring the
gonna be
noise.
good. That's what the
Yeah.
people say. See, Paige, I told y'all. Y'all remember,
Mhm.
y'all heard it here first, honey.
Here you go.
Mhm. We got
Hmm.
some hot documents. Yeah, Todd was just on his Instagram saying that he got a streaming network and he's on go mode. And I was like,
Let me tell you
okay,
something.
Todd.
One thing I could say about Todd without a doubt, right? Even though we had our little, beef for a minute, Todd is extremely smart. Okay, Todd is gonna always. Todd is a cat from the Bronx. You know what I'm
Mhm,
saying? All right, an only child. Okay, he made his way. He came on Housewife. I wasn't there when they went to South Africa, but he went to South Africa as producer on the show, and he came back as a boyfriend of a housewife. You know what I'm saying? And he did
mhm,
it. He did his thing. We watch him doing his thing. I'm not mad at Todd at all. You know what I'm saying? You have two beautiful kids with Kandi, so I'm definitely never, ever, 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 ever gonna throw a stone at anybody that bring kids into this world. You feel me?
mhm, mhm.
Okay, all right. He's a great dad. He's daddy daycare all day long. Hmm.
Okay.
I'm telling you,
Well, I mean,
and
that's
Candy's a
exciting news. I mean, Candy doing her one woman show and going around touring and talking
well,
about their
Ken,
relationship.
Candy and Todd, they they think alike. And to me, to be honest with you, I'm going to say this, and a lot of people probably was like, Peter, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. But on some real shit, uh, when Todd came into the picture with Candy, they turned every shit that's shit into money.
Her the lemonade.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
the whole dungeon shit, they turn that into a check. You know what I'm saying? Every time you say some negative shit, they turn it into a check. So for her to go on tour talking about her what she's I saw it in your clip earlier. What I did, I
I
something.
do, I did, I'm done.
Yeah, yeah, and some motherfucker gonna want to go see that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because somebody's
Mhm,
always going through some shit that you're going through, and that they just want to relate to. You feel me? You know what I'm
mhm.
saying? So she might
Well, she
get
already had one show, now she on tour.
okay.
So,
Woo, see what I'm talking about? You know what I'm
mhm,
saying? And guess what? Everywhere she goes, somebody's gonna want to go see her. You know
of
what I'm
course.
saying? Somebody's gonna want to go see Candy, and
Mhm.
rightfully so. You know what I'm saying? Turn your lemons into lemonade. I hope everybody's drinking. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Here you
So,
go.
what do you feel about, Kenya Moore hair spa being that drama that happened last week?
I know your ass was happy to pull up to that motherfucker and see the shit on the street.
Why do I'm never happy. Why would I
Yo,
be
yo,
happy?
stop! Don't play. Don't play. As much beef as you and fucking Kenya have.
Why
When I
do
see,
people think we why do
when I see you pulling up, somebody call your ass and you pulling up and you see all this shit out on the street. I know you had
why
a
would
good.
people think I do not have beef with Kenya? Why do you think
Yo,
I have
let's
beef with Kenya?
listen. Well, you might not have beef with her, but she got beef with you.
There
Okay.
we go.
Here you go.
There we
All
go.
right. All right. So like, like you don't want to be wrong and strong. You want to be right. So, everything that you was saying came to fruition. And so I know when you pull up to that motherfucker, say, I told y'all niggas she wasn't paying her bills. You know what I'm saying? This is you when you pulling up. I told y'all niggas she wasn't paying her bills. I don't know why she didn't pay her bills because Kenya got more than enough money to pay her bills. So I don't know why she didn't do that. And she's frugal as fuck. She's cheap. You know what I'm saying? Kenya don't go out and buy Chanel purses like every week. You know what I'm saying?
But
All
my
right.
point is she
Yes.
had enough opportunity to pack her shit and go. She didn't have to have her shit put out on the streets.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, that part I don't understand, to be honest with you, because
Her reunion show dress, all that stuff was on the streets
I
because
don't know
she had
why.
them on mannequins in the
She got money. Okay,
I
she's
I'm
not
not I
broke.
don't doubt that anybody has money. I'm not doubting any of that, but I'm just saying I felt it was a bad look. That's all.
Yeah, it is definitely a bad look, and I don't know why she made that call. But at the same time, I could tell you this much: that woman do not squander her papers. And that woman is not waiting on somebody to come and save her. And I always say she was real smart as fuck because she get up, she knows she gonna mix it up. She know people not gonna like her, but she know this is her lane to get that paper, and she got that paper for what, like from season 4 until two seasons ago. That's a lot of
Hmm.
years getting the housewife check.
Yeah, but she was her own demise. That stunt she pulled was
Yeah, I
stupid.
know, but
Like,
every dark hole there's a light around the corner. I promise you. She
yeah,
also know how to make lemonade out of lemons. She
yeah,
probably purposely there she go that way just to build another story or write a book about it.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying that's how she thinks. I'm telling you straight up. Her and Candy,
Well,
they got that shit figured out.
well, it's
And you
interesting.
gonna be in the book. She gonna say that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Why did everybody try to put me in? I'm just doing my job. I
You,
I, I report. I report accurately. I feel like I you know what I'm saying? I don't lie on nobody.
oh, you did.
I
That's
don't
why
come on
when
here.
you know that's why when you pull up in your little Porsche gloating and shit, I'm like that nigga was right. You know? You can
Why I
say
gotta be
whatever
a
you want to say. You know I love you, but I'm calling you Spade, nigga.
why I gotta be a little Porsche anyway?
Oh yeah, okay. I forgot. I forgot. You got the big body. You
I
know
don't
what I'm
have the big
saying?
body. I have the four. It's a four-door though.
Oh,
Anyway.
here you go.
Um so people want to know who else is Todd bringing Matt Jordan. You remember when you and Matt got into it?
Oh, yo, I killed Matt, and I made Matt so dead. Nobody heard from Matt again ever. You know what I'm saying?
Peter,
Yeah, so dead. Nobody heard from Matt again.
you ran Matt out of town.
Missing. I think Matt live on fucking Jupiter somewhere.
Why do y'all do that? Why do y'all be running people out of town
I
like
didn't
that?
run nothing. Matt drove all the way to Charlotte to beat my ass and got his ass whooped.
Ooh,
Okay, here we
all
go.
you Atlanta people. I remember you had your
Okay,
hand in your pocket.
yeah, watching him on some Brooklyn shit. Come on, let's go.
Peter, you are a gangster, honey.
Here you
The
go.
people
Here
don't
you
know
go.
about you.
Nah, I don't bother nobody though. I stay in my lane.
You think Walter gonna be on it?
No, Walter was a minute, and Walter, with his trucking company, I don't think nobody,
Walter been married and divorced since then.
damn. There you go.
I think he's single now. He might be. Last time I saw him,
Mhm.
he was single.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask you about somebody. Oh, Apollo gonna be there?
Apollo's lit.
I know Apollo lit.
As much as men can't stand each other at times, I can't. I have to give it up. Apollo is always good. Apollo's like Phaedra. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna find a way. Okay, I hear
Bob
you.
gonna be there.
I hear you earlier talking about all the expression that Phaedra does and bring nothing to the table. That nigga is so clever. She been getting paper doing that shit for a long time.
Yeah, she was
You know
doing
what
it
I'm
on
saying?
Married to
Yeah.
Medicine, not bringing
What?
nothing. That's why the
What?
whole cast of Married to Medicine
Yo,
was pissed off at her.
she master how to pay me $1 million, and all I'm gonna give you is facial expressions.
Uh, they said, "Is Bob gonna be there?"
Bob is fun, but I can't tell you who's gonna be there. I just know that I sign on.
Well, I'm just asking your opinion.
And yeah,
I
and I'm
don't. You
not,
ain't got to.
the reason why I sign on, and I want people to know that this is not a situation where they're trying to go dig up some house husband and to come and talk shit. You know what I'm saying? It's
Uh,
just people are talking about how the show impact them and how it affects their life, how it good or bad. You know what I'm saying? And what their experience was from the pitch that I was given. Now, if it's about me talking negative about anybody, I'm not really with that.
mhm.
You know what I'm
No,
saying? So yeah.
I can understand that, but I'm just, I'm just saying there's a lot of men on this show that I feel like w- need a voice. Ralph, Mark, the people saying in the chat, Apollo, um, Oh, not Mark. Mark Daly.
But that's Kenya ex-husband.
Well,
I
Kenya
never
say they
met.
still married.
I never met him.
They said Cynthia ex-husband Mike
That would be fun.
Cordell.
That would be fun.
You talked to Cordell lately?
I know I'm spoken to Cordell. He's busy. His son,
Eh,
like his son is playing ball right now. So
He's
Cordell
a
is,
he's a coach at a high school in Fairburn. Last time I saw, you
yeah,
might not
and
coaching football.
yeah, yeah. But Cordell is one of those dad that 1,000% dedicated to his son's career. You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying?
His son play football now. He ought to be old now, huh?
Yeah, no, no. His son is I
In
think
college.
is a sophomore. Yeah,
Okay.
in
Croy.
college.
Croy
Huh?
bitter. Croy is mad, honey. Croy that got custody of the kids. You saw that?
Oh, Berriman.
Huh? Yeah, Bierman.
Yeah,
Yeah.
somebody asked me about Croy, and I said, yo, I was doing a scene with Kim, um, mm, when Croy came out, in his little tight pants doing the Dancing with the Stars thing,
Uh-huh.
the Atlanta version, and
Uh-huh.
Kim was sitting at the table, and Kim like, oh my god, you know what I'm saying? And then she sent what's her name? You remember her assistant? She sent her
Oh,
assistant.
sweetie.
Yes, she
Uh-huh.
sent Sweetie to go holler at him to bring him back to the table. So I
She in
was
a
there
long
when I
time
was
ago.
there. I witnessed when they first met. You know what I'm saying? So to see that it end up the way it did, and kids are involved, and it was so nasty and so,
Mhm.
I have to say, Cynthia and I divorced.
Mhm.
Uh, Classic.
Please
Never.
don't say nothing about Cynthia. I don't want
I'm
her to
not
be
gonna
mad at
say.
me
I'm
no
not gonna
more.
say nothing bad about Cynthia. What I'm gonna say
We
is,
just made up.
yeah, yeah. No, I'm not. I would never say anything bad about her. What I'm saying
No,
is
I
that
know you wouldn't.
our
I
our
know.
our, our divorce was classic. It was not nasty. Nobody dragged nobody. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And I think I went on Wendy Williams show and tell the world that yo, I'm walking away from the divorce with exactly. I didn't want nothing. Everybody was telling my lawyer. Everybody was telling me, yo, you could get 50% because you did the show with her. You got married on the show. Blah. Blah. I said, I don't want none of that. Cynthia could have it all. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
So, nah, all that negativity that I see in a lot of divorce that's on reality show is just that I'm so glad that I'm not a part of that, and then my kids don't have to watch that. You feel me?
mhm. 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 'Cause it's online in perpetuity,
Yeah,
forever and
exactly.
ever.
Forever and ever. That's why I'm trying to give some advice to some of my people like, yo, you might not want to say nothing. Take the
Have you
high
talked to
road.
like who you talked to? You talked to like Angela and Charles and any of them?
Charles is a friend of mine. I've never met his wife.
Okay.
hmm
You
and
met Pinky?
I know Pinky.
Uh,
Yeah. But I don't know her husband. I met Pinky when she was just blowing up, with them vegan burgers.
mhm.
Leor send me, call me in Miami and tell me to fly up to Atlanta to go talk to Pinky because he wanted to work with her. I wish
Mhm.
she would have. I wish she did work with Leor because he have this thing of making people billions of dollars. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So but she had went in a different direction. And now that I saw her in Housewives, I'm like, okay, all
What do you
right.
think about they asking you about Peter? How do you feel about Todd divorce? Do you think he deserved what Todd got what he deserved considering the years invested, businesses, kids, and having to deal with Joyce?
Whew. Well, I think all of us that got married on the show, because it's called a Housewife of Atlanta. It has nothing to do with the husband. I think I'm probably one of them that when I got on it, I didn't want to be just the guy that's standing there looking stupid. So I inserted myself because I also had a brand that was separate from my wife that I wanted to work. So if you wasn't paying me, at least let me work my brand if you want me to show up. You know what I'm saying? So and that's
Mhm.
how that started, and it kind of changed the way that they view the men And like I was the reasons why they started getting paid for the reality show. I think I was one of the first guys to ever got paid to do 4 or 5 episodes, and they paid me a lot of money. And they always said, "Don't tell nobody that we're paying you, because if we pay you, if they know we're paying you, we're gonna have to pay them." I'm like, "You're gonna have to pay all the guys to come on the reunion," and that I have them change that. And then they paid me to do my divorce, and they thought I was gonna, you know, be bitter and all of that bullshit. But I was actually happy for the woman. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? Because I was happy for myself. So we didn't give them none of that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Y'all kept that a secret. Mhm.
huh?
I said y'all kept that a secret.
Yeah, we did. I mean, like at the same time, it's a reality show, but at the same time, you don't have to give them all your shit. And you got to remember that whatever you give them is going to live out there forever, like you just said. You know what I'm saying? So there's certain things. The reason why I don't watch the show is because a lot of times I don't, it's so much of the show is real that when you watch it years later, it takes you right back to that moment and let you go
Mhm.
all through the bullshit all over again. So I don't watch it for the fact that I gave it so much of my real life that looking
Mhm.
back at it, that shit, I'm like, damn, I did that. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of like, I don't watch it for that reason. I
But I
can't
feel
even
like
watch,
those
even when I watch them,
uh
because of the bullshit music that they put in the background, it takes me back to that time.
oh wow. Yeah.
You
The
know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I can't do it. I'll
Hmm.
watch clips when I watch you and I see clips of it and I'll laugh and shit. But for me to sit down and watch it, that'll never happen. The biggest show in jail is
What?
Atlanta Housewife.
What? The biggest show in jail is Atlanta Housewives.
Men sit around and watch that shit
Wow.
every time it comes on. Okay?
Well, I
And they
mean, you
always
gotta
want
have
to come and
passion.
ask me a question. Nigga, get out of my face. I ain't talking
Not
about that.
you as a celebrity, honey.
They always want to talk about that. I'm like, I don't want to talk about that.
Tell me about the jail, though. I wanna know what had happened in there. You wasn't even in there that long.
Thank God. Thank
It's
God.
like you went in and got right back out. Like, what was going on in there, child? I wanna
Yo,
know.
listen. I promise you when I say the warden, I promise when I say my caseworker, shout out to Miss Donaldson. Okay, shout out, to all the real COs in there that see that I didn't ask for no special treatment. You know what I'm saying? And I got up and I would go wash cars for 60 cents a day. My check was $18 a month. You know what I'm saying? Okay. I didn't complain. Okay. Yo, listen, the whole garage where I work, I think what do you call that shit when you take the thing and you clean the asphalt? You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
pressure wash.
I pressure washed the complete garage. Because I'm a neat freak, so I couldn't just do a patch. I had to do all of it. You know what I'm
Uh-huh.
saying? Okay, what? They were looking at me like, damn, that's Peter. That he doing all of that. I did all of that because I needed the time to burn. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And when you do
Mhm.
nothing, then nothing just seems to take a longer time for the day to be over. So I usually find stuff to do just for the day to be over. I'm sleeping in a dorm with 48 other men. I don't even like being around niggas. You know what I'm saying? So I hated that. You know? I mean, I don't want to get
Wasn't
up every
nobody
day.
bothering you, trying to beat you up over no honey bun or nothing?
That ain't happening. I had one situation in there. I
I
had
was
one
just
situation in there, and I promise you, I take that time in there. I run and walk around 50 miles a week. Okay, I didn't eat none of that. It's all bullshit that they give you in jail. It's like an experiment. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And the feds is better than the state. So if it was so bad where I am and I was in the feds, I could only understand the shit that the brothers are going through in the state. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? There's nothing cool about that fucking place.
Mhm.
None. And I was in a camp.
You was
I
in
was in
Miami, right?
Oh yeah, I was in Miami camp. I couldn't wait for 5:30 in the morning when we could go outside because you locked down from 9:30 to 5:30. And if like it's good that the dorm space is big and open, but for the
Mhm.
fact that I can't leave for I had a panic attack the first 3 days I was there. Okay.
Mhm.
And there was some brothers that was the CEO at night. And when they saw me and they looked at me and they said, "Yo, what's wrong?" I said, like I can't breathe because the reality hit me that damn I'm locked down. And they said, "What
Mhm.
do you need?" I said, "Yo, I need some ice." And the ice was outside of the door. And they looked at me and they looked at each other and said, "Yo, go get your thing. We're gonna open the door. You're gonna get the ice, but we can't allow you to be outside. So you got to come right back in." I said, "Thank you." All right, I went inside and then I didn't know I could walk over to the other side where 50 other dude was. And
Mhm.
everybody was sleeping. I was walking that motherfucker for at least 2 weeks before I realized that, you know what, you better just get used to this shit. You know what I'm saying? All right. And because they, like I have access, I used to have people post for me and they knew that I have access and they knew that a million people could tune into some shit if I said some shit about them. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So if they kind of stay away from me, but at the same time, when they see that I'm just as normal as everybody, like I'm always am as a person, then they
Mhm.
start then the CEOs start gravitating to me. You know what I'm saying? And that was it. I used to wait every week. My people, my girl come and see me every week. She drive 4 hours to come and see me, 4 hours to go back to Sarasota. I was happy. You know what I'm saying? I was looking forward to the weekend just to see my shorty to come and visit me. You know what
Mm.
I'm saying? And that's what actually helped me get to, you know, after damn near 6 months and 26 days, the
Mhm.
warden signed off and said, "Get out of here. You don't belong here." You know what I'm
6
saying?
months and 23 days. They said, "Are you still with your girl?"
Of
They
course
being
I am.
nosy.
Of course I am.
Somebody said, "Which girl?"
I only have one
The one
baby.
he called from jail about, y'all don't remember Peter made
Yeah,
sure he
yeah,
called and cleared up
yeah,
everything.
yeah. I don't run around with people. It was one at a time.
Somebody said,
She's
"Which girl on the podcast was you?"
the pa- that
The
that
one
that's
who wasn't on the phone, was
yeah,
his
yeah,
girl.
yeah.
The one who was actually there.
That was definitely. I don't even want to talk about that because she's
Okay.
so green when it comes to that, and she was basically set up for ratings. That's all that
Mhm.
was. You know what I'm
They
saying?
didn't even air the full episode, did they? I don't think they
They
ever
did.
did.
They did. And Homeboy got 534,000 subscribers.
I know, but they
Yeah.
only posted that clip. They didn't run the full
No, they
episode.
run the full episode.
Oh, because when I asked him, he said it hadn't ran. I don't know, but I
They
never
didn't
saw it.
run it at the time when you asked them, but they ran it, and it
Yeah.
did
Okay.
extremely well for them.
Okay.
hmm That's good for him. You know what I'm saying?
But nobody talked to it. That's interesting because nobody talked about it after that then.
Yeah, because I think I posted a couple of stuff just to let them know I had nothing to do with it. I actually didn't know it was going down. I found out when everybody was calling me to tell me that it went down. I didn't know nothing
Mhm.
about it.
Mhm.
hmm
It was a mess, honey.
It was. It looked bad.
Well, Peter, you know you're always welcome here, friend.
Thank you, friend.
I have known you forever. I cannot believe we are still friends, honey.
Yeah, because I keep it 100 all the
The
time.
people don't think I be out in these streets. They be thinking I be lying. They just don't know, honey.
No, she
I
gets
came over to
around.
YouTube. They don't know that I'm a real OG.
Yeah, yeah, Michelle buy a old her ticket, pay for a room to come and support me in Miami. You know what I'm saying? When I had my restaurant down there, I tell you something. The two people that's my biggest supporter when I do any kind of venture is NeNe and Michelle. Okay, their mother
Mhm.
housewife, I don't know them. A lot of them I don't see. Sheree, she didn't have to drive too far to come and see me in Atlanta, and she came and saw me. Okay, but 9 out of 10 of them they're not going out of the way. I remember when I went to Todd's when his mom died, and like it was real sad because his mom was featured on the show.
Mhm.
Okay, and I flew up to New York to go to her funeral. Uh, I didn't see no housewife there.
Mm.
And that shit was crazy to me. Outside of Todd and Kenny, because at that point they were married. I think
Yeah.
they were getting married, something like that. But I didn't see it. I'm like, damn, that's some fucked up shit. But like a lot of them, like what people have to realize that these people don't know each other before, and they're tossed into a room to do something, and it's very competitive because they don't give no one outside of what they did with Portia recently, but they don't give anyone any a multiple year contract. You know what I'm saying? So every year, if you don't represent, if you don't do some shit, if you don't have, if you're not a fan favorite, then they're just gonna go out and cast somebody to replace your ass. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? And that's because the way the model is set up, it's good for them. But when the fans are not tuning into a character, or didn't watch a character develop to be, like a daytime soap opera, then they divest out of it, and that's why their ratings is fucked up right now.
I think that's
So,
what's missing is y'all, like, not
yeah,
you per se, but, like, the
yeah,
husbands. But you
yeah.
missing too. But I'm just saying that the husbands, because everyone was invested back then in not just the ladies, but in Peter, Todd, Apollo, Greg. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? Because
because
y'all had y'all own.
there was real story. We watch
Yeah,
Apollo really went to jail. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
Like we watched NeNe and Greg broke up for real. You know what I'm
mhm,
saying? For 2 years before they got back together. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of real stories there, real true shit. That's why it's so difficult for me to watch it, because some of the shit that happened while I was on it. Like even when I got married, and I found out 6 months later, the Thursday before the show aired, about the marriage certificate. That was some real shit. How you not gonna be bitter about something like that? Because it spoiled the whole fucking moment. You know what I'm
mhm,
saying? And you can't undo it. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? And I didn't have no right to say, yo, you can't show that. You know what I'm saying? Because we sign off on using our likeness. You know,
yeah,
so when I found that out, I think when I found that out, it was like it was kind of downhill from that point, to be honest with you, because it takes away trust. You know what I'm
mhm,
saying? So that's some real shit. That's why I can't watch it. And
mhm,
and a lot of stuff with Todd and Candy's going through right now. That's not fun.
mhm,
You know what I'm saying? Ace is going to grow up. Blaze is going to grow up, and that might not be a good look. You know what
mhm.
I'm saying? Okay. Uh, I could look back at my stepdaughter at the time, and we had a great relationship. You know
Do
what I'm
y'all still
saying?
keep in touch?
No, she's grown. You know what I'm saying? She's grown and she's doing her own thing.
Well,
You
Cynthia
know,
still be hanging out with your daughter. Oh,
I don't have nothing to do with that. Okay. And when I called my daughter and my daughter said, "Oh, I can't talk. I'm with CB," I said, "Oh, do your thing." You know what I'm saying? I never called and said, "Yo, let me talk." That's dead. That's so dead. You know what I'm saying? So there's nothing gonna rise out of ashes right over there. I promise you, it's dead, dead,
mhm,
dead. You know what I'm saying? But that's my daughter's grown. My daughter's 42 years old. She could be friends with anybody she wants to be friends with. I
mhm.
don't tell my kids what to do or what not to do. Never in life. You
Mm.
know what I'm saying?
Okay, I mean, it is what it is. I was just wondering. We have talked about how well with the husbands, a lot of times they kind of make the husbands secondary, or make it seem like y'all are dependent on the wives, which is so much different than the way they do, like say Beverly Hills or OC or anything, because we know those men are wealthy or whatever. It's just a weird dynamic for the black housewives. You never noticed that? Didn't you talk about that one time?
I speak about that all the time. I think that their job is to always make us not be the hero in any situation. They always want us to look like we're deadbeats. They always want to look like we have a handout, and that's the way they put it together. I'm quite sure, they know that they really study these people before they choose these people to be on these shows. You
You
understand?
know what? I said that
Okay.
earlier. How
Man,
they
they
doing
do.
Pinky and all of this and all the bankruptcies and all the foreclosures and all of
I,
that,
s- I
and it's
s-
almost like they choose these people knowing that they're gonna humiliate them at some point.
of course. Of course, I saw earlier when I called you and you said I was live, and then I saw the clip, because the clip is what makes me jump to call you.
Mhm.
And then I saw the back of what? No, actually, I saw it on Michael Rappaport was talking about it. Then I saw it. on your thing. And I'm
Mhm.
like, damn, I guarantee you when Pinky signed on, she didn't sign on for that moment. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Because, and I could see it in her eyes. I could
Mhm.
see the I could see she was hurt.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And
Okay.
Charles' wife was going in, and they went back at each other, and they're just tearing each other down
Mhm.
for everybody to laugh at it. You feel me? Okay. All right. Now, how you think the husband feel when he got to go outside with his wife in real life?
Right. After hearing the reasons
And
for it.
everybody, and if and 600,000 people saw that, and
Mhm.
that right there might make it a million people to watch the next episode. That right there might change the whole shit for them. To be honest with you, because we haven't
Yeah.
seen anything like that from what I heard. We haven't seen anything like that on that show in a minute.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
some real I can't stand your black ass shit. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Okay,
But
so that
then
might be turning around
but
for them.
then too, it's kinda, even though it was a great argument, a lot of people question its authenticity because since this season started, every altercation or every disagreement has ended with, "Okay, let's hug it out. Okay, let's squash it. Let's hug it out.
But
Okay,
they,
da, da, da."
yo, listen, because there's a safety net that all of them want. You understand what I'm saying? When you take jabs like that,
Mhm.
that's not stage. Okay, you can't swallow those words back. You can't say, I was only playing, right? You can't do
Well,
that.
they did. At the end, they did. That's what
No,
Angela
they
said.
might do
"You know,
that
I
on
get
camera,
rich and I don't."
but they might do that on camera, but I guarantee you, they're not actors. None of them are.
Yeah.
Okay, and all of them went on that shit with the intention that, oh, I'm gonna blow up on this. Okay,
Mhm.
none of them go on it to be humiliated in such a way. Okay, so at the end of them, they might smile and kiki with each other, but them niggas gonna really hate each other for real. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And you're gonna see it's gonna surface again.
Yeah.
Okay, because
Yeah.
I've been through that, so I know when it surfaces again. You know what I'm saying? And you can't wait for it to surface again. You're gonna be better prepared when it surfaces again. You know that you
Mhm.
could win that battle. Because whoever lost that battle, they don't want to take that L.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So when it surfaces again, they're gonna try to win, and that's when it escalates to something else. I'm
Yeah.
surprised nobody threw water or whatever. That's when. That's
Well,
when you.
Pinky got up to walk away, but then she turned around, sat back down, and kept going.
Oh, that was
So
smart. But anyone threw the water first is the one who lost.
yeah,
You
I
feel
think
me?
Pinky lost because Angela was calm. Pinky got upset.
Yeah, I
You
could
could
see it in
tell.
her. I could see it in her face that she
Yeah,
did
because
get
when
upset.
she
I
started
was
talking
kind of.
about money and all that, she went below the belt. And then when Angela said, "You got a wife in the basement," it was a wrap.
I
And
didn't even
they've been
see
talking
that
about
part.
them threesomes for a minute.
After I see the expression in her face and I knew that she was actually hurt, I kind of like switch. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Because them shits, you don't.
'Cause Pinky don't like to talk about, she don't like nobody to read her business, but at the same time, she brings up her businesses all the time. So it's almost like it's fair game because everything you talk about is about my business. You know what I'm saying? I'm going bankrupt. I don't have no money. I do
Let
the
me tell you
this.
something. Again, Michelle, they chose these people because these people have this thing that they all want to be known, right? But
Mhm.
they don't understand what comes along with that. What comes along with that, sometimes some of them cannot recover from it, to be honest with you. You know
Mm.
what I'm saying? Some of them
Mhm.
can't. I
Like, even
actually
the people who've
watched
been on one hit,
who, huh?
'cause I say even the people who only been on one season, they the same
Oh,
way. Like,
yeah,
they
look
never
at
get over
remember
it.
when Kim was on it from Different Strokes or whatever?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, she's an actress. She
Mhm.
wasn't ready for that reality shit. That shit
I know.
fucked her and her husband up on some real
Yeah.
shit.
And she said,
You
"I
know what
don't
I'm
wanna do
saying?
this," and she left and never came back.
She wasn't ready for it. She wasn't prepared for it. I used to watch
Mhm.
this woman. I'm like, damn, this woman been doing TV for a long time. But this ain't TV. This is some reality hit below the belt shit. Talk about your husband being gay and all of that. That shit wasn't cool. You understand
Mhm.
what I'm saying? You can't
Mhm.
unsee that. You can't undo that.
Yeah.
Because when you get out of that boxing ring, 50% of the people gonna believe you. 50% of the people is not.
Well,
Okay?
that's look, that's the
Yeah.
same reason Kenya in the situation she in now, because
Yeah.
people believe the narrative of Brit being a hoe and the naked picture and all of that, and you know what I'm saying? So that's in perpetuity as well, so
Yo,
I
listen,
get it.
when I went
You
on it,
can't unring the bell, right?
when I went on it, there was no fronting. Okay? We got to share a car. I don't have a car. Okay? I don't have the money. I'm actually broke for real. I'm trying to do this restaurant because I'm trying to make some money. You understand what I'm
Mhm,
saying? Yo, listen, I go out there and tell my truth before you could come and try to make me look stupid. You feel me?
mhm.
What you gonna do with that when I tell you I don't got it?
I
You know
mean,
what
they
I'm
gonna call
saying?
you broke. They gonna call
Yeah,
you bar none.
yeah, and I'm
They gonna
cool,
call
but
you Papa
yeah,
Smurf.
yeah,
They gonna
yeah.
call you
And then they watch me do it. Listen, when I walked away from my situation, I walked away with nothing. And then 4 years later, I made over $30 million on my own. On my own. Okay, so they locked me up because they want me off the block and they used $2.5 million restitution. They said I owe $2.5 million. I owed $1 million and I'm paying it. All right, and then they put interest and penalty on it because they want me off the block. So they got me off the block. All right, but they know what they did was fucked up. But that's some black shit. But I'm okay with it. You know what I'm saying? So now you got to wait for that paper. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna run and go show you where it is. You feel me? Okay. All right.
please don't
So
say anything to incriminate yourself
no,
over
no,
here.
no, no, no. I'm
I ain't
not.
gonna be a part.
I'm not. I'm the same guy who wash cars for 60 cents a day.
I know,
You know what
Peter.
I'm
You did
saying?
good. You have
Okay. Yeah,
your
and then
nails
I'm trying.
celebrating with you.
I got a job. I'm paying my restitution.
Okay.
I'm not hiding from nothing. I'm accountable as fuck, to be honest with you.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to get out of that the right way by paying them their money and keep it pushing.
Mhm.
You feel
Do you
me?
talk to Simon?
Did I talk to who?
Simon.
I spoke to Simon by text and on DM probably around since that situation started with him, probably around 30 times.
Okay. I talked to
Mm.
him too. It's been a couple of
Yeah,
weeks though, but yeah.
yeah, yeah. He's always positive. I like that
Yeah,
about him.
he
You
is.
know, yeah.
He's patiently waiting for the day.
Hey, that might be a long motherfucking time.
Well, well, according to him,
You know, when you what?
because they honored the prenup, she's
Yeah,
supposed to be out of the house February 2027.
I don't know
So
nothing
she's
about
there.
that, but a situation with immigration might take a longer time.
Oh, well, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying.
I don't think he cares.
Joe Judice is he's Italian and white. He the closest he could come to America is be in the Bahamas to see his kids. You
Wow.
know what I'm saying? And I'm supposed to be doing a show with him called The Shift.
What's that about?
Oh, The Shift is like some redemption story.
Okay. What's
You
that
know what
gonna
I'm
be on?
saying? I sign off that I can't talk about it, but I
How
could
you
talk.
gonna bring stuff up
No,
and can't talk about
I could talk about the idea, and I
it?
could
Okay,
tell you
okay,
what the
okay.
show is, but I can't
Okay,
talk
cool.
about the network aspect of it.
Okay, so you've been working.
Yeah. Oh, come on. I'm not
So
sitting
it's gonna be
down
like
on
a
my hand.
documentary, docudrama
No, no, it's
showing y'all.
no. It's more like okay, redemption, um, accountability. Um, maybe you need to do it a different way. A financial person, you have three coaches that's going to get you back to where you need to be.
Oh,
Because
okay.
a lot of us don't ask for help and need help and don't know where to get the help from. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like I don't have all the answers. So, and the reason why I volunteered to do it because the way it was pitched to me, I said, you know what, I probably need help in that direction. When my dad died in 2020, I didn't know that I need to go see a therapist. I didn't know that I was gonna have a breakdown and just say fuck it to everything. You know what I'm saying? All right. It took Tracy Morgan, Alonzo Morning wife, to see that in my eyes in Martha's Vineyard and said, Peter, you need to talk to somebody. All
Mm,
right. And when I did speak to someone and I broke down, and then the calls that was coming at me after that was like, oh my God, those people was on the line when I had a complete breakdown. And then it took 2 years after that just for me to stand back up and 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 start working again. You know what I'm saying? I let
Mhm.
everything go. I let it go. So I know that I'm not completely ill from that. You know what I'm saying? Because like when my dad died, it brought back my grandmother that died. I wasn't there to go to her funeral because I was too young. My parents didn't have enough money for all of us to go to Jamaica. You know what I'm saying? To have closure with that. And then the same summer of '75, my little brother, the youngest of us, got hit by a car, and I didn't walk on that block in Brooklyn for 30 years because I didn't want to deal with it. You feel me?
Mm.
You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So I know when they present the shift to me, I'm like, and what it's about, and that it could actually help. I'm like, I'll do whatever because 2 years after my dad died, and I opened in Baltimore, and I was in Baltimore airport flying to Miami, and something came over me that I had completely no control over and start bawling in the airport. That's not me. I hide from shit like that. And it was
Yeah.
so uncontrollable that everybody, and the funny thing is when, you're going on Southwest airline and 80% of the passengers are black and they just happen to be housewife fans and they're coming over. It's so embarrassing. But you have no control over those emotions that you ball up inside of you for years. I found
Mhm.
out that I was carrying that for years. My little brother died. I've never ever been back to the graveside since 1975.
Mm.
So I kind of locked it into
That unresolved
something.
trauma.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
when it was presented to me in a certain way, I knew that I needed that. I knew I can't get enough of that because anything could set you back again. You feel me?
Yeah. You got to
So
protect your mental health and.
exactly, exactly. Now that means something to me, so I'm there with it.
Okay. Well, I'm glad to hear that, you're open to other things.
Yes, I am.
And I'm sure everybody is rooting for you and will be tuned in. The haters and the lovers, you know how I go.
Yeah, well, let them hate. You know what I'm saying? Look where I'm at.
Look where you at, honey, on top of the world.
Look where I'm at. Okay.
I appreciate you, Peter Thomas.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
We always
I
do.
see you rocking your Adidas. You comfortable, baby?
I am.
That's what I'm talking about. All right. Yeah, I forgot. My girl don't like me calling people baby. She thinks that's crazy.
But she ain't
Okay.
got nothing to worry about with me, honey.
I know that. But every time I say it and then I catch myself saying it, I promise I won't say it. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? So you comfortable, Michelle? You good?
Yes, Peter, I am good.
Okay, I bet. Okay, nice talking to you and anybody that was tuning in. All right.
Always a pleasure. And thank you for calling in, Peter.
All right. Thank you so much.
All right. Well, y'all, we got an unexpected guest tonight. Shout out to Peter Thomas for joining us. It was very impromptu and there was nothing planned and we just chatted like we always do. So y'all got some tea. Y'all heard it here first. Peter has signed on with Todd for a show, allegedly with the husbands. Okay. He don't know who else is signed on. The only thing he knows is that he signed on. So my exclusive was right. I'm right yet again. Okay. And shout out to the squad, okay? You said I love it when Peter calls in. Michelle, you need to get a relationship with Todd so he can pop up. I do. Maybe, Todd and I can reunite because Todd had blocked me a long time ago when I had did that first video about Todd was collecting evidence for divorce. It struck a nerve and Todd blocked me back then. So I mean Candy ain't blocked me, but Todd did, which is weird. So um anywho, apparently I was right about that too. Yes. You see what happened. Yeah, and if you're just getting here, please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit that hype button. We talked about a lot of things tonight.